chocolate, but the apple corer was out of stock for about 3 years. Right, so make sure my record, is that the record button there, David?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I'll just go and mute everybody. See how I do that again. Manage participants. I didn't like to mute you until we get started. I might unmute you because I'm hoping to get a wee bit of interaction in the training tonight. Before we get started, just a very quick welcome to the team, to Joanne Metcalf, that's in Little Anne's team. Sorry, Anne, I don't know why I put the little there. Anne Hillis's team, so well done, Anne, and another person into your business. And also worth to mention, Kate was telling me, Kimon Johnson had an increase of over 2,200 people in their online group, and I think it was within a period of a day or two, but Kate can 4 days using a free competition, so we can get a wee bit of advice on that at the end, see what you up the numbers in our group. So tonight, coincidentally, I was talking to Ursula there, and you know, as always when I record it, it plays up for the very first slide, and I'm going to do this every single time. Next, and then the next one should roll nicely. Tonight I'm going to talk about goals, and I thought I put together a wee new training, because we do have the training in the System for Success manual or on the site, a good training that helps you to break your goals down, but I wanted to come in for a different angle. What I did is I did a little bit of Google. First advice I'm going to give anybody in the business is use Google more. Use Google more. My granddaughters are 6 and 9, and it's Google this. Google. If you're asking anything, and they've got a thirst for knowledge, my grandkids, any question that Grandma can't answer, which is very few to be fair, I say Google it, to Google it. So I Google goals, and so a lot of tonight's training I've just taken for other people's goal setting trainings, but I deliberately wanted to tell you that I've done that because, one, I want you to search for, if you need help in any area of your business, it's there online at the end of the computer, and it helps to motivate you. This is the only part of the whole training on. There's 2 parts of the training in here, but this is the absolute truth. This is one of my favourite quotes. If you have a strong enough reason for doing it, whether it's a large reason or a small reason, I think it was Dave Pemberton Smith the last time I spoke about this, started to get £50 a week, or it wasn't even £50 a week, it was a Chinese takeaway once a week. It doesn't matter what your reason is, whether it's large or small, that's what's going to have the influence on the direction of your business and your life. And that's what's going to help us to go forward. I've sneaked a couple of little videos in tonight's training. I just want to let you watch this one, and while I'm waiting on that loading, because it takes a wee minute to load, I want you to watch the 2, where is it? Is it going to appear? This is techno. I want you to watch the 2 big dogs in this video. They're watching their owner, and watch the little dog. Please work. This will really annoy me if it doesn't work. Yay. So watch their eyes, and then watch the wee one's eyes. Ah! It's going to come on. It goes slow. She's giving them a sausage each. They're watching it like a hawk. Let's see one. Bam, bam, bam. Keep your eye on that goal. Now, I don't know what happened there. Because that's probably just because I need to go into my next slide. I love that wee thing. So I'm going to start talking about life goals. Having ambition and setting goals is a massive part of who we are as people, whether it's the business or not. It might be life, it might be a holiday. Lindsay's getting married on Saturday, so that we've had to plan and organise that. It's like a big goal we've had to work towards it. So don't take it lightly. Goal setting is, if you put time and energy into your goal setting, you will reap the rewards. You will reap the rewards. Whether you've set your heart on running the marathon, getting married. In this instance, we're talking about your clean easy business, or starting your clean easy business from scratch, dropping a dress size. Again, clean easy can help there with the catalogues. Everything and anything is achievable. But what I would like you to do now or later on is to write down, probably later on, because it's an important thing, the goal setting, not to be taken lightly. So I don't want you to flippantly write something down unless there's a passion that you've always aimed towards, like my animal farm. But write down what your long-term goal is, your long-term lifetime your long-term life goals are. What's the end results? Start with end in mind. Stop and think about your life purpose and your long-term goals and put them down on a piece of paper. Right? So the 5 golden rules. This was one thing I found. Set goals that motivate you. Now, it doesn't necessarily motivate you if you set a goal to go out with the catalogues. And I don't know about you tonight, I'm freezing, by the way. I've got the heating on and I've got 2 jumpers on under this in the rain. But the reason that you're going out to do that goal is the bigger goal. Why are you going out with the catalogues? What is it you want to achieve? What is the reason? Find the reason behind it. When you set goals for yourself, they've got to motivate you, because this means making sure they're important to you and that there is value in them, value in achieving them. Sorry, I've got the wee camera here and it obscures my screen. Set SMART goals, and I'll cover that in a minute. It's on the next slide. Set goals in writing. And here, it's no use. It's just a wish or a dream. It has to be put down on paper and it has to have a date on it. Make an action plan and stick with it. You've heard most of these before. You've definitely heard this before. SMART goals are specific. Specific goals are defined goals. They're going to basically be what's making you put the effort, time and effort into achieving them. So what does specific mean? Think about that. We can chat about that at the end. I'm not going to answer that question. We're going to chat about that at the end. Measurable. When you measure your progress, you stay on track. Even if you're going down, you've got to go down and got to come up. And the sun's going to go down for it to come up in the morning. Achievable, which means capable of existing or taking place. And be careful with that one, because everybody's opinion's different. What's one person might think is not achievable, and I'm going to show you a video at the end, which will make you laugh. What one person thinks not achievable, we know is achievable. So speak to people like us who's going to help you there. Timely, the goal's going to be done within a suitable time. It's going to have a date on it. That's basically what that means. And realistic, and know that we can achieve them. And I'm going to cover that later. So how do you achieve your dreams? Dream it. Everything begins in the heart and the mind, and don't be afraid to dream it. But here's the next big part. This is the most important part. Believe it. Yes, your dream needs to be big. That's what I would say. Don't be afraid of having big dreams. You know, life's tough. The business, again, we were just talking about it. It can be wee up and down. This life's emotional roller coaster. If you don't dream big enough, it might not be worthwhile doing that job. This business changes lives. It's a life-changing business, and it can change your life. Why not you? So don't be afraid to change big. See it. The great achievers see it. They have a habit that they form because they can see it. They can see that achievement. And I do think of Claire Kinsella here in Mexico. She's talking to go, she's at £3,000 income at the minute, and they see that £10,000 check. So remember that date, Mexico, May 2017. See how long it takes her. Tell it. spoke about this briefly tonight. One reason many dreams never go anywhere is because the owner keeps them to themselves. When you start to tell it, it's like an affirmation. You start to solidify. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas. Tell her I'm qualifying for a trip to Vegas. The more you tell it, or even if you say, well, I'm trying to qualify for a trip, but the more you tell it, the more you say it, the more you actually confirm it yourself and you actually start to believe it. Because right back at the beginning, what did I say it is? It's mindset. That's all it is. It is mindset. Plan it. It's got to be planned. Work it and then enjoy it. So how do we get things done? How do we make a dream a reality or carry a plan through? Sorry, my wee video's annoying me. Through to completion. I don't know this training off by heart yet. Many of us seem to have unrealised goals, incomplete plans, and many of us face tasks that appear overwhelming and even impossible to achieve. So how do we get things done? How do we make that a reality? Step one, we've said it on everything. We said it before, and this is a little bit of repetition here, but I've told you this came from different authors, but these are the 10 steps that I like the most. And don't worry, I'm not going to give you hundreds of different authors. I've selected things that are relevant. Everything begins in your heart and your mind. So get that heart, get that pen, and get that mind working. What do you want? What do you really want? We used to play that Spice Girls. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. But what do you really, really want? Every great achievement began in the mind of one person, and the most famous story is Walt Disney. And because he died before it was completed, and the story is somebody said, I wish Walt had seen this completed, and the reply was, he did. He's seen it before he'd done it. They dared to dream, to believe it was possible. So dream it, believe it's possible. Oh, sorry about this live videos. It's somebody walking past the house with a red coat that looks like a postman. My little Minnie hates postmen. Minnie! Take some time to allow yourself to ask, what if? What if I can go to gold? What if I could get that Minnie? What if I do qualify for Vegas? Think big. Don't let negative thinking discourage you. You want to be a dreamer. Dream of the possibilities for you, your family, and for others that you can help. If you had a dream that you let go, grow cold, reignite it. So if you've had a dream for the past, or even a dream, maybe things have changed from when you started in Clunies to now, reignite that dream. This is perfect for people listening tonight. Fan the flames. You can do it. Life's too short to let it go. This business can make your dreams come true. Believe it. That is the other one. Repetition and everything I read today. We have to believe it. It needs to be big. And again, that's repetition. I might have taken an extract for some, or maybe it's so similar because it's different extract. It needs to be something that is seemingly beyond your capabilities. So looking at little Claire Kinsella, looking at a 10 grand check, when I think she's probably 3 gold distributors wide. I don't know, somebody will clarify for that for me at the end. She's miles away from a 10 grand check, but she believes it. It's nothing in this business is beyond your capability. Again, I'll tell you, it's in the mind. But it's got to be achievable. If Claire said, I'm going to have a 10 grand check by the time I go to the August conference, well, I will say it has been done that quick before. It is achievable, but I would say looking at Claire's business, it's possibly going to be before the end of next year. I don't know, I should have asked her the date. That was maybe the wrong thing to say. You must be able to say that if certain things take place, if others help, and if you work hard enough, though it is a big dream, it can still be done. So if certain things take place, if others help, If you work hard enough, though it's a big dream, it can still be done. Now, I repeated that sentence because that epitomises this business. Certain things take place, your daily activities, your others help. We're a team, we're a family, as Ursula said tonight. If you work hard enough, yeah, you do have to work hard. We're not talking about spending 12 hours a day like you do in a normal job, but the time that you spend, you have to put the time in. It doesn't come to you on a plate. And here's a good example. A person with no college education can dream that he or she can build a £50 million company, £1 million a year company. That's big, but it's believable. A bad example, a 90-year-old woman with arthritis will someday run a marathon in under 3 hours. It's also big, but it's also impossible. So believe it, but make sure it's achievable. And you know that you speak to us, we can tell you what's achievable. See it. And this is back to that one we've seen earlier, and it is they see things. And this, I will tell you, this is a different author who said this before. They have a habit, they see things, they picture themselves walking around that office in their £25 million corporate head office. Even when they're sitting in their folding chair in their garden, the garage, and I said garden there, that was a slip. But when I started in Clunies, the second house I moved to, which was really quickly thanks to Clunies, I was in a 1-bedroom flat. The second house I moved to had a garage, it was an outbuilding, looked like a garage at the back of the garden, and it was a wee office, made that a wee office, and it was really just a wee, like a garage, but we had carpeted and painted the walls. And I dreamt about the big things when I was sitting in that wee garage. So it works for Clunies too. It doesn't have to be a 25 million corporate headquarters. Great footballers pictured that ball going in the net. They picture they actually practice what they're going to follow through with. Golfers picture the ball going straight down the fairway or a hole in one. World-class speakers picture themselves speaking with the energy and emotion and a passion. So can you picture yourself? How is it going to feel when you achieve whatever that level? I'll say gold. Let's just talk about Gold Distributor, because that's a brilliant part-time income of over £1,200 every 4 weeks, and it's a good stepping stone. Or it might be 13%. How's it going to feel? How's it going to feel when you help 5 people in your business achieve 10%? All of this grooms the mind. If you visualize it, it grooms the mind to control the body to carry out the deed. So basically, you're brainwashing yourselves into believing it. And if you believe it, you can achieve it. And I spoke before about telling it. I've got a wee bit more to say about that. Sorry, my mouse is frozen. One reason many dreams never go anywhere is because the dreamer keeps it all to themselves. If it's a quiet dream, it only lives inside your mind. It isn't, it's a dream, it's not a goal. The one who wants to achieve the dream must tell that dream to other people. They must share the dream. And what I will say is, we recommend you share these dreams with us, with positive, like-minded people. But I am going to show you a video at the end, which will make you laugh. One reason, and again, I said it earlier, is we continually say it, we begin to believe it. The more and more, if we're talking about it, then it must be possible. I'm going to go to Mexico, I'm going to go to Vegas, and you tell everybody, I'm going on a trip to Mexico, I'm going on a trip to Vegas, and the more you say it, the more you believe it, and the more you believe it, the more chance you can achieve it. But this one makes me think about Jane White, when she said that she wanted to go to, I think it was Cannes, and the Stuart Orr got up and announced it in front of the whole meeting, and Jane's like, oh shit, we have to do it now. If you share that goal, it makes you accountable. Now you're not going to be any consequences. Positive, like-minded people, your friends in the business are not going to beat you up if you miss that target. Hopefully you won't miss your target, but we have to miss targets in order to get our targets sometimes. But it holds us accountable. And when we've told others, it actually spurs us on to actually doing it. It's like, bloody hell, I better get with these books tomorrow, or we're going to look foolish. I've told Lynn I'm going out with them, or I better get that shop up and running. I told Lynn I was going to get that shop up and running, and I was going to do my 2 discussion posts to 60 places. I've told everybody in the Rhino group last night that I'm going to 15%. It doesn't matter what it is, but there again, repeat the planet. And I'm sorry if there's repetition, but as I told you at the beginning, this is deliberate. Sometimes we hear these things, but we need that repetition. We need to know that this is what's out there. If you click this into Google and go for yourself, you'll find 100 different trainings, and they're all going to be similar. Some have got more meat on the bones. This is why I like this one. It had more meat on the bone. Every dream must take the form of a plan. The old saying, you get what you plan for, is true. Your dream won't just happen. You need to sit down on a regular basis and plan your strategy for achieving that dream. And shortly I'm going to show you everything that's available in our system to help you do this. Think through all the details. Break the whole plan down. Work it into small, workable parts. Then set a time frame for accomplishing each task on your daily plan, and then work it. So I'm going to go back, plan it, work it. Wouldn't it be grand? This is obviously an American one. Boy, wouldn't life be grand if we could quit before this one. We have to do the work. We've got to work it. Unfortunately, the successful are usually the hardest working. That's just a fact. For the rest of the world sitting on their sofa watching the Coronation Street or the Love Island, that's Debbie's favourite one. The achievers are working on their goal and achieving their dreams. And this author says, I have an equation that I work with. Your short-term tasks multiplied by time equal your long-term accomplishments. So your short-term tasks multiplied by time equal your long-term accomplishments. You have to be patient. If you work on it each day, eventually you'll achieve your dreams. War and Peace was written in longhand, page by page. Now, I might disgust a lot of people here. I've never read War and Peace, and I don't think I've seen this. Seriously, I've never seen the film or anything like that. It's probably too long for me. But I do know, because it's the old saying, it doesn't have to be War and Peace. I do know it's extremely long. And it was written in longhand, page by page. Most important part is enjoy it. But it's not just the big things that we want you to enjoy. Enjoy the little goals. I remember Kirsty Adams, when she achieved that 10% bonus check, she said, I think I'm going to cry. I feel so silly telling you that. And it's like, don't be silly. It was tears of happiness. Because it's these little pleasures that spur us on. When you've reached your goal and you're living the dream, enjoy it. But enjoy the trip too, because the journey, there's lots of wee achievements on the way. Give yourself some wee rewards along the way. You know, if you were on a diet, you would say, well, I'm going to have a nice steak or a nice corn burger or whatever with fries and this when I hit my target. Or that might be a bad thing to tell somebody on a diet, is it? And so give yourself rewards in the business. Give yourself, when I hit that 10%, I'm going to reward myself with this, or the 13 or the 15, or when I help so many people on my team. Just little rewards. I'm going to I remember somebody in the team had little bottles of mini champagne in their fridge that got nicked at a party. Little bottles of champagne in the fridge for little small achievements along the way. So give yourself a huge reward when you get to the bigger ones. Help others enjoy it, and be gracious and generous, and use your dreams. This is our business in a nutshell, because our dreams and the dreams of the people who have been there before you and done it, we use them to help you. So use your dreams to better others, and that'll be in your business. And then go back to number one and dream a little bigger this time, and go into your next step. I don't know why there's one there. But, right, again, I did say there's more, but this one's just the final one, and I'm just quickly going through it. There's no long spiel. Be proactive. No more negativity. No more negativity. I like that one. Be balanced. Get the balance right. Don't burn yourself out. Get your things on a planner and know when you're going to do things and do them and follow through. That have a good balance in it. Break it down. Setting goals and achieving them's hard. There's no shortcuts, no easy routes. But that's what makes the experience so rewarding. So get it broken down. If you start to feel overwhelmed, break everything down. Sometimes it can be overwhelming in the business. Not just in terms of time, but in terms of action points too. Break down the time that you're doing it and what action you're going to be taking. Being specific outlining what you want to achieve when and by what means will make your goal feel much better and more attainable. So what is it you are going to be doing this week, this minute, this day? Embrace failure. I actually meant to take this lot out. You probably realise that these wee lot were an accident, but there's some of them that I like, so it doesn't really matter. Embrace failure. Goal setting rarely runs smoothly. This is the one I really like, because when we think we've failed, that's what can make us go into a dip, go into a trough. It can start to get our head down, it can get our shoulders go down, and we start to feel as though we're a failure. Goal setting rarely runs smoothly. In fact, this type of business, any business, you fail your way to success. You're going to hit stumbling blocks. We've just hit a massive one in the last few weeks with the company. But that make you question, sorry. I got distracted there with thinking about the last few weeks. That make you will hit stumbling blocks that make you question why you attempted it in the first place. Right? You're going to hit these blocks that will make you question it. But that's part of it. And the sooner you accept that, the better. The sooner you realise that these ups and downs, these questions, these stumbling blocks are going to happen, the sooner you realise that, the better. Rather than letting failure bring you down, acknowledge that it's happened and you learn from it. So, right, okay, that wasn't very good. I didn't get the result. I had a really bad month. Right, that's happened. Why did it happen? Learn from it, move on. It's life. Don't let it bring you down. Take note of what worked well, though, what didn't, and move on. It'll make you a stronger goal setter. And tell everyone. I didn't mean to take that one out. Get help. This is why I like this one in the first place. When I put this training together, I put the extra bits in there and I meant to edit it. But these bits I do like. Get help. Don't struggle alone. Track your progress. Visualise the end result. Now, what is these bits here for? I'm now going to come on to our business. How amazing is our business? Everything in that Google search for goals. How to achieve goals is what I put. How to achieve goals. How to set your goals. How to get yourself out there and do the work. That's all I Googled. How to achieve goals. Everything's in our business. Everything's there on a plate. If it was running a marathon or a diet or a different type of business, you'd have to start from scratch. But everything's here. We've got the trainings. We've got the support. You've got your, get yourself goal boards. The information's out there. Things to do lists, weekly planners, weekly activity trackers, and plans that tracks it and also helps you to review it. Everything in one wee piece of paper, an online system for success training, ongoing support for everybody in the business. And I just want to watch this wee video. It'll take a wee minute to buffer, as we noticed for the last one. This is from practicing your trainings beforehand. Just checking the time there. Finishing a few minutes late, but come on. This is a little clip that I took. It will appear, Rob Foster and Warwick, and I just took a 4-minute clip. So just watch this wee clip. Rob Foster.
And what I would say to you all is just stick with it. Stick with it. And you're going to have, and this is something else I can do because it's a smaller place, I've actually brought with me my old fridge door. Only because I lost the house, and I lost the fridge, way back 17 years ago, you can see on this tatty bit of paper, you know, about 16, 17 years ago, I transferred the stuff that was on the fridge door onto a fridge door size piece of paper. I literally just, all these things were stuck on the fridge door with magnets and blue tack and sellotape. I took it all off and just glued it with a Pritt stick onto what was like a fridge door piece of paper. Now, what's really interesting is, for me, looking back, all of these things were absolutely wild dreams of mine. Goals, dreams, call it what you want. My point to you is, you need to have your version. You so need to have your version of this, right? Because on here was a fax machine. I wanted a fax machine so I could send my orders into the company. I couldn't afford a fax machine. I used to go down the video shop and send it in from there. So I wanted a fax machine. But on the same goal board, on the same fridge door, was a gold Rolex watch, was a Rolls Royce, was a Bentley, was a computer, was electric gates. Just crazy, crazy things. And you can all see this. It's all real because I can walk about here. It's dead easy, right? Ordinary person in a three-bedroom council house, yet some of the things I wanted was absolutely insane, as many people would tell me. Stepdad, you got your head up your arse, lad. people who weren't as nasty as that, you've got your head in the clouds, lad. Now, you know what's really weird about this? This is real, this piece of paper. Particularly my stepdad. I mean, I don't know whether some of you people have had this. Has anybody, quick show of hands, has anybody had somebody laugh at them or make fun of them? Just put your hands up. Yeah? Right, well, look around if you knew. It's going to happen to you. Just get over it. Just think about this, right? 5 years' time, you can either be right or they're going to be right, aren't they? Think about it. 5 years down the road, if you don't stick in and make something of it, they'll have been right. Where if you actually make something of this business, you will have been right and you'll have showed them anyway. Has anyone had that, when the people are making fun of you and they go like, what, you're in clean easy? Yeah, isn't it unbelievable? We would never do that in return, would we? You know, if someone said to you, you're a car mechanic or you're a computer programmer or you're a hairdresser, you wouldn't take the mick. Like my stepdad, I can remember him looking at this, right? I'm making him a cup of coffee on the bench here. On my fridge, he says, Evelyn, that's my mum's name, Evelyn, look what this daft bugger's got stuck on here now. He's 3 feet away from me. I'm making him a cup of coffee and 3 feet away he's saying, look what this daft bugger's got stuck on here now. Right? But you see, he took the mick out of my little clean easy business, but I wouldn't have dreamt, he's a bricklayer, right? I wouldn't have dreamt of saying to him, what, you're a bricklayer? Like a bricklayer? What do you mean? You just lay bricks? What, all day? What, just like brick after brick after brick after brick after brick? Does it not get boring after a while? How long have you been doing it? 38 years. 38 years, just laying bricks. What do you, like a wall, just a wall? A lot? Why, houses? Higher. We build a hospital, some scaffolding. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't bloody do it. It's not in the normal person's nature to take the pee out of somebody's job, is it? But you join Clean Easy, something a little bit unconventional, and it's like, you're doing what? Well, honestly, take this from me. You can either give in, and they'll always remind you they were right. Because next time a catalogue comes through your door or theirs, they go, oh, this is nothing you tried. You didn't get very far with that, did you? Or you can do the opposite. And I would recommend you do the opposite. It's just me, right? But I would recommend you do the opposite. Just go bloody show them. Because Boots the Chemist have got this wonderful new machine that you can make posters with. And I went in with a few of my photographs of my life now and made myself this poster of Boots the Chemist. So, the balmy thing is, that was the wish list when I was living in a 3-bedroom council house with bugger all to my name and £43,000 worth of bad debt and going through a divorce when everyone was laughing at me. And that, which you can't see at the back, but you will get a chance in a second, that's before and after. You know what I mean? Before Clean Easy, now. And this has got photographs on of all the different things that I wished for here. I could put a black marker pen and tick them all off. So, I mean, you can have a look at that later or whatever. But what I want to quickly do now.
Hilarious. But he's infamous for the goal setting. He's very, very visual. And his fridge, it did come into Birmingham once with a complete fridge door. And that's where he used to put all his pictures. And this is a story that gives me goosepimples. You know, it was the first photograph. He had this photograph on his bedroom wall. I think the magazine was printed in 70 or 1970s or early 80s. It had above his head for years. And then the next picture is where he actually lives at the moment driving the car that he, well, one of the 8 or 7 or 10 cars that he owns. So that first picture, he had that above his wall when he was a kid. And this is where he lives now, in one of the cars that he drives. So you've got to see it. Got to see it. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I'll just stop the share. And you can take your mute off now.